Okay, so now we are going to find the sides. So instead of theta, we are given an actual degree of the angle, and we are going to find the length of the missing side. So we're still going to write down our SOHCAHTOA. If you write this down in every problem, you will already have it memorized. That's what I'm just saying. Don't be lazy about it. Alright, so the angle that they give us is our theta. Still across from our 90 degrees is our hypotenuse. And then this angle and this angle have something, so that is my adjacent, which makes this my opposite side. So I have something for H. I have something for O, even though H is the unknown. There's nothing for A, so these are useless to me. So I'm going to use the sine function. So sine of 63 equals my opposite over my hypotenuse. So we're going to have two scenarios here. We're going to have where x is in the denominator, and we're going to have x in the numerator. This one is x in the denominator, which means we're just simply going to take these two values, and we are going to swap them. We could put this over 1 and cross multiply and blah, 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 but this is easier. It's a swap. Okay? Anytime you have three numbers like this, a number equals a fraction, and you need to get something out of the denominator, you are allowed to just swap these two 100% of the time. Okay? And again, you can throw this directly into your calculator because you are allowed to use a lovely TI calculator. And you should get approximately 19.1 units. Okay, so that is the length of this side. That makes sense. 19 is bigger than 17, and this is the hypotenuse. Fantastico. Next. So, SOHCAHTOA. Alright, we've got our theta. We've got our hypotenuse. We've got our adjacent side, and we've got our opposite. Opposite has an x, hypotenuse has a 15. A does not help us. Dealing with sine again. So sine of 19 equals my opposite over my hypotenuse. So, since x is in the numerator this time, to get rid of it divided by 15, I'm just going to multiply by 15. Okay? And that gives me 15 sine of 19 equals x. Again, chuck it in your calculator, and you will get 4.9 units. Okay? It actually gives you, like, feet. Make sure you put feet. Or meters, inches, centimeters, or whatever. Alright, SOHCAHTOA. I know I'm going really fast, sorry guys. Alright, so across from this is your hypotenuse. In between your angles is your A. Makes this your opposite. No value here. Oh my god, Miss Stevens. It's gotta be her using her Moby. Alright, no opposite. No opposite. A and H, A and H. Cosine of 23 equals A over H. So you got to think here, is it a swap or a multiply? And this guy is a swap because x is in the denominator. So I got x equals 16 over the cosine of 23. When I throw that loveliness in my calculator, I should get 17.4 units. Fantastic. Next. Just pause it if you need to. Trying not to make it the longest video in the world. And I know some of you are just going to like pick up on this stuff and be like, alright, move on, Miss Ollie. So I'm pandering to my audience. Okay. So, I've got an A, I've got an H, no O involved. Cosine of 59 equals A over H. This guy is a multiply. So we end up with 14 cosine of 59 And when I throw it in my calculator, we should get 7.2 units. Make sure you're actually trying these in your calculator, because half the battle is remembering what to push. And if you're just copying stuff down and you're not trying it, it's not going to make you learn that. Okay? Alright, dos más, and we're finito. Next. So, whatever weird voice you need to make while saying that to remember it, okay? So, across from here is my hypotenuse. Dink, dink gives me my adjacent and my opposite. So, not surprisingly, I'm sure you figured out I'm giving you 2 examples of each. This one is going to be a tangent. Tangent of 61 equals my opposite over my adjacent. And is it a swap or multiply? I hope you realize it's a multiply times 14. That cancels that out. 14 tangent of 61. This is what happens when I'm in my classroom by myself and Miss Ransom's not here. Start singing. Alright, so this guy, type it all in. You should get 25.3. We are rounding to the 10th place. Make sure that you read this, because if you round to the wrong place, it would be really sad. So you get points off for that. And remember that your final is all or nothing. Got to get the exact right answer just to make sure. Okay. The last one. Here we go. If you want to pause this and try this one on your own, please do so. I'm going to use purple light. Let's use purple. So, I also am trying to get this done before Miss Stevens using her Moby drives me absolutely bonkers. Because it's getting pretty close to driving me bonkers. And if you've used the wonderful process of elimination, you can figure out which scenario we're going to have for this one. Tangent of 73 equals my opposite over my adjacent. I'm going to swap these guys right here and get 16 over the tangent of 73. Wow, maybe I should slow down, Miss Holly. You're just missing letters. You're going crazy. Alright, and you should get 4.9 units. Like a boss. Alright, we got practice. Let's do this.